Okay, so imagine this. You sell your used car, you get paid, you hand over the keys. Simple, right?
All right.
But then a week later, you're arrested for fraud. Why? Because the buyer used stolen money to pay you money you knew absolutely nothing about.
It sounds completely unbelievable, but for some peer-to-peer crypto sellers in Switzerland, this is their reality right now.
And that's what we're digging into today. We've got sources describing what they call intellectual negligence by prosecutors and how it's destroying lives.
Specifically, there's a case from 2025 that lays it all out. To really get it, though, we have to look at how these trades actually work. This isn't some shady deal.
No, not at all. We're talking about Binance P2P. It's a huge regulated platform.
And the mechanics are key. A seller, they put their crypto into escrow. That means the platform, Binance, is holding it. It's locked.
And this is the part that I just don't get. From the prosecution side, the buyer has to pass KYC, know your customer.
Yes. They're not anonymous. Binance has verified their real-world identity.
So from the seller's point of view, what do they see? They see a trade request from a verified user.
And then they see a bank transfer come in. Crucially, it comes directly from a personal bank account with a name that matches the buyer's verified KYC name on Binance.
It's the cleanest transaction you could imagine. There are zero red flags. So where did it all go wrong?
Well, behind the scenes, there was a romance scam going on. A victim was tricked into sending their money to the P2P buyer's account.
So the buyer was basically a money mule.
Exactly, and they used that scam money to buy crypto from our seller. The seller, of course, had no idea about any of this. They just saw a normal trade.
But the prosecutor just followed the money from the scam victim to the seller and charged the seller.
With fraud and money laundering. But this is where the negligence comes in. Swiss law articles 146 and 305 bus, they require intent. You have to know the money is dirty.
There's no way they could have known. The platform is designed to prevent that kind of direct contact or knowledge. It's like charging a cashier at a grocery store for accepting a stolen $20 bill.
Right. And if this was just a legal debate, that'd be one thing. But the sources show that the punishment began the second the accusation was filed.
You mean the fallout was immediate?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
The second the charges hit the system, the bank's automated risk algorithms fired.
So they didn't wait for a verdict or anything?
No, they just terminated all banking relationships. Personal accounts, business accounts, everything. Instantly.
You can't run a business in Switzerland without a bank. That's a death sentence for a company.
And that's what happened. His business collapsed, partners left. A reputation that took decades to build was just gone, wiped out by an algorithm.
And the sources detail the personal cost, too, right? Over 3 years of this.
It's devastating. Tens of thousands in legal fees, being forced to sell off assets just to survive while your name is dragged through the mud.
The most frustrating part, for me, is that he tried to warn them. He tried to explain it.
Multiple times. He sent detailed technical explanations of how P2P works in April, August, and November of 2025. He basically gave them a roadmap showing why he couldn't have had criminal intent.
And they just ignored it.
It seems so. The system just ground forward. It really makes you think about that quote from Cesar Beccaria in the 18th century.
Yeah, that punishment without the certainty of guilt is just tyranny.
That's exactly what this is. The system punished him first, and, well, maybe it'll ask questions later. They found him guilty by algorithm.
The sources mention Swiss law, Article 429, says you can get compensation if you're found innocent. But how do you compensate someone for this?
You can't. It's not enough. You can't put a price on 3 years of your life on a destroyed business. That's why the sources are calling for mandatory technical education for prosecutors. So they can't file charges based on a complete misunderstanding of the technology.
It leaves you with a really chilling thought, doesn't it?
It does.
If a global financial hub like Switzerland can't tell the difference between a criminal and a merchant using a standard platform, then who in the digital economy is actually safe?
That is the question you have to ask yourself.
Thanks for listening to The Deep Dive.